Hey guys, I realized this afternoon, well, early this evening, that I didn't have a video for tomorrow. Um, so I was trying to think of what I could talk about other than how the holiday weekend went. Um, we were busy. My daughter came down, Daisy and her boyfriend Garrett, and we had a really good time. And Debbie made it up here Saturday. Well, made it out here from California. She took over Little Bear, and she's settling in. And it's been nice. I've been cooking and feeding her because I just love to feed people and I'm just that caregiver. So it's sometimes it's hard as a single person once you've a single empty nester when you've had a lot of kids and a big family. Cooking was one of the things I did with my children. Cooking and baking. Um, as soon as they could sit in a high chair, they were given a bowl of dough, and they all know how to cook. They all know how to bake. And when you're an empty nester, those are the things you miss. So as a nomad over the past few years, I've been able to cook for people, and I don't know, it just makes me feel good. So now Debbie's here because she's mostly vegan. She has a lot of the same issues that I've had, and I keep telling her she should be tested for alpha gal syndrome too. Um, so it's nice that I get to cook and share my food. So that way I don't eat it all, and I don't have um, a place to put a lot of the leftovers. Like I made chili tonight, and she came over and was my first house guest besides my kids that she actually ate in the house. She sat on my fridge, and we had a good time. And she played with the dog, Owen, and he had a great time playing catch fetch with him. And he had his first little accident. He pee-peed on the rug that I just washed. Um, but he's never, since I've had him a month and a half now, ever has he gone in the house. So I don't know what the breeder did. If she had worked with him or he just being outside in the kennel with his mom and his litter mates that he knew that he went outside. I don't know. But I didn't yell at him or anything. Just, now I have a dirty rug that I just washed today. But it's okay. He had a good time and she tuckered him out. And there he is right behind me. He's getting so big and he's such a good dog. I can't get over how good a dog is and how many Aussies are around here. It's like every person I speak to, like 9 out of 10 people have an Aussie or they've had one. And we had a family next to me this weekend. They had a 4-month-old, Red Merle, that she told me to bring over to play with him, but um, I never did. It was a Mexican family, and I had gone over there to bring them some extra firewood that I had. And she was making, she had this huge mortar and pestle. I mean, it was like this big. And she was grinding up tomatillas. And she was making green sauce. And she had tomatillas sitting on a flat top grill. It looked like the Blackstone. And she says, "You like tacos?" And I said, "Yeah, but I can't eat them." She's a vegetarian. And I told her, no, I was vegan, that I'm allergic to meat. My wild hairs again. And it smelled delicious from over there. They were such a nice family, and they went kayaking, and the puppy was so quiet. But my puppy has found his voice, so now he barks at anything and everything that walks by. Yeah. And I took him and Elliot on a walk last night, and a couple had come in with a pop up, and I told them that this one pull through site was available because they had one of the big A-frames. And then I realized after I walked away that maybe they wanted a lake view, and maybe he was a fisherman because everybody's up here fly fishing now. And so I walked back over to the site with Elliot and Owen, and they had a big mastiff that was off leash. And the lady was walking over toward me, and she was putting him on his leash. And my two, Elliot has always been a reactive dog, but over his senior years, he has calmed down a lot. Oh no, not last night. He started barking like a banshee at this other dog, and I couldn't stop him. And then Owen, of course, is following suit and barking. And yeah, it was embarrassing. It was like taking your toddler somewhere and they just misbehave. And the more you talk to them, the more they misbehave. Yeah, they had quite the talking to when we got back in the house. I'm telling you, I really spoke to Elliot. It was embarrassing. And the lady's like, "Would it be better if I let them meet each other?" I'm like, no. I'm like, he's a reactive dog. Unless you want to fight here, no, just She should have just walked the dog away and let mine two calm down. And I picked up Owen, and I'm trying to pick up Owen, and he's barking, and I ended up pinching his foot or something. And he screamed, and the other campers next door look over, and yeah, it was one of those embarrassing moments. But anyway, I sent them over to Debbie's campground, and they found a nice spot. So, and let's see what else has gone on. It's raining again. It rained all weekend. There were some moments when it wasn't raining, and it was absolutely beautiful, and that's Colorado for you. But this week is supposed to be in the 70s and sunny and just cloudy. But those cloudy days could mean severe thunderstorms, hail, snow. You never know. We're in Colorado and we're in the mountains. But I'm kind of getting, I just want to go out on the lake. I just want like some nice weather that stays for the whole day. But I will take this rain over 90 degrees, 100 degrees any day. We went down into town today, into Delta. We went shopping and did laundry, and it was 82. And it was, I'm going to say it, I'm going to say that H word. It was humid, and it felt horrible. And couldn't wait to get back up here on my mountain and enjoy this cool weather. It was actually freezing this afternoon where I had to put a winter coat on again. I don't know what the temperature is right now. It's got to be low 50s. It's cold out. I mean, you almost felt, because it's been raining, I almost felt like ice in the air. But I will take that any day over the heat. There was a family over at the other campground that was watching yesterday two bears across Island Lake up on the side of the mountain. And by the time they told Debbie, they had already gone. So, and every time I go over by Site 18 across that meadow, I always look up at the mountain because there's big grassy areas, open areas, and I'm always looking for a bear or, some deer or something up there. Today, I swear I saw a mountain lion on the way down to town, but it was just the back end of a deer. And I'm like, Debbie! And then I realized it was a deer. She lifted her head up. But other than that, right now I only have 4 campers here. I have a family that's in tents, and another camper had left. They left early, and they left firewood, so I went and grabbed it and brought it over to that family. And I had given them wood when they first got here too, and then he came over tonight asking for a can opener. He didn't have a can opener, and then I brought him wood again, and he said, "Oh, you're so nice." I said, "Well, I just try and do a good deed every day." And when I was at the laundromat today, they have those dryers that it only has one slot for the money, but it has an arrow if you're using the upper dryer or the bottom one. Well, this guy put money in, and he hit mine. So they walked away, and all of a sudden his dryer stopped 2 minutes later, and I said, "Your dryer stopped." And I said, "It can't be 10 minutes, it's gone by already." And he looked at the thing, he says, "Oh no, 40 minutes is on yours." So I immediately, without even thinking, I said, "Well, how much money did you put in?" He goes, "Oh, I don't know." So I gave him $1.25. And then I'm thinking, why did I just give him money? I didn't make the mistake. He made the mistake. But I ended up having to use that dryer anyway, and when I left, it still had 30 minutes on it, but I paid him. I believe in karma. I really do, and I've seen karma come true. And, and every day I try and do a good deed a day. So maybe that's something you guys should start practicing, even if it's holding the door open for somebody. Just do something. Make somebody feel good. It makes you feel good, even if I just bring some leftover firewood to somebody, even if they've already bought wood and have the money for it. I'd rather see it right now, since it's raining, be used than sit there and get wet. And this weekend, the guy next door, he came over and wanted to know if I had a bobber. And I said, no. He had a couple kids there, 2 kids, I think. And I said, "Well, do you have a bottle of wine?" He says, "Yeah, I have one for later." I don't know what he thought I meant by it. I said, "Well, does it have a cork in it?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "We'll use a part of that as a bobber." And then I noticed my pool noodles on my awning. I said, "Do you have a pool noodle?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "Well, cut a piece of that." And that's what they ended up doing. But the other night, I was over in the boss's trailer when Debbie got here Saturday, and we saw him walk by with a bottle of wine. And I'm like, wow, does he look upset? Did him and his wife have an argument? Is he going off to the woods to drink a bottle of wine by himself? And then I saw him come back. He actually went over to Daisy's site and asked her if they had a wine bottle opener. And she had her handy dandy tool, which is her like little Leatherman. She calls it her handy dandy tool. And they tried to get it out but couldn't. And he even had skewers. He was trying to use them. And so I saw him walk back, and I opened the door. I said, "Excuse me, like, do you need that wine open?" He says, "Yes." I said, "Well, hold on a minute." So I came in the house, and I got my yoga girl wine bottle opener. And the wife came over, and she says, "I know I have one of these, the same one you have, but I just can't find it." And I swear, 10 minutes later, another man comes walking down the street to knock on my door and ask me if I could open his bottle of wine. So I guess I need to have some things on hand for campers who forget things. Oh, and then the day that they were leaving yesterday, I was cleaning a site, and what do I find stuck in a rock? But a bobber. So I went and asked them if they needed it, but she said she had bought a package of them. So I'm going to keep it in case somebody else needs a bobber for their kids. But that's about it. We had a good weekend. I made some good food. Had fun with my daughter and her boyfriend and their dog Emmett. And I think I'm going to have clips in this video with them. We took a walk in the woods, which was down along a stream, which I just love. I used to always love just walking in the woods. It just kind of grounds you. It gets rid of all the negative energy in your body, and it's just peaceful. And I just absolutely love it, especially when there's water nearby. And Owen and Emmett had a great time playing. And it was a little bit rough with him because he's still a puppy too. He's just over a year old, so he just played a little bit because he's a big dog. You know, he's part lab. But they had a great time. So guys, that's about it, and I'll catch you later. Okay, my remote didn't work this time.